I'm going to draw a chameleon, and hopefully you'll be able to follow along and have a bit of fun with it. So first I'm going to start with the head. So I'm using a reference on my iPad, and sorry, I still got the remnants of a cold. So I'm just going to start here where there's like a bulge of the eye, and imagine the distance between that and the end of the nose, and then join the two together. Okay, and just sketch around. If at any time you do get bored with what I'm doing, feel free to forward. Right, so I've got a kind of head shape there now. A bit concerned that I haven't got enough room for the body, so I'm just going to find where I think the edge of the body should be, which is about there. So I do want it to kind of like arc over to that mark that I've made, so I'll just arc it to there. Okay. Try not to turn the page because I don't want it to go out of the shot. I want you all to still be able to see it. Okay, so that's quite good. Now the underside of the head, because hopefully I can get this nice shape that he has. So kind of like a bit of a bagginess here. I think as well, like a lot of artists say as well, is it all starts with the eyes. So if you can get the eyes right, the rest of the picture should really follow. So just roughly sketching in a circle for the eye, and it's not quite a circle for where the eyeball is. It's kind of an oval. So there you go. And then his mouth seems to be, so it goes as far as over here. So if I make a mark where I want it to end, then I can just follow it like a dot to dot picture. I can just go all the way over to my dot that I made. There you go. So now he's starting to look a bit like a gecko. Sorry, not a gecko, a chameleon. Right, he's also got this kind of like pouch underneath him here. I shall include that. Okay, I'm not going for photorealism here, and as I've said before, anybody with skills can, or people of any skill should I say, can have a go at this. It's just a way of keeping everybody nice and occupied during this weird moment in history. Just finished doing the little spikes that he seems to have underneath his chin. Also over like near his nose, these are really cool like little knobbly bits, and that's what you sort of figure out when you start like really paying attention to a picture you're doing. You start to notice all the little bits that are there. I'm not going to make this too detailed. I want it to be quite a quick video, but I just want to get people doing something that just, you know, they might find enjoyable. Right, another technique is to imagine where the shoulders are. So I'm going to imagine that that circle is a shoulder, okay, and then I want his foot, according to the picture, it's almost directly underneath his shoulder, so I'll put another circle here, that's going to be a foot, and then I can link up these where his elbow goes. So in this case his elbow is sort of about here. So now I can just draw to there, draw that to there, a bit shorter than the top one because you'll see when I link them up, okay, slightly more in the foreground, the forearm, so it goes overlapping the bit at the back. Okay, so just try not to make it too straight like I just did. I want it to look organic. So nice, try and make it nice and smooth. Okay, and the paws, they're so easy on a chameleon, they're just like cartoon hands. So it's just a thumb and it's basically like that, it's like a mitten. Right, he also has a foot that's very close, so we'll just do a circle where that's going to go. And again, it's like a mitten, so it's going to come down here, and it has like a bit that goes off here. More like Pac-Man, actually. Again, you don't have to watch the entire video, you can forward to the end, but I'll just do what I do and just do some techniques in this, and people can take it or leave it. But I'm doing this, and then after this I'm going to take the girls and we're going to do Joe Wick's PE on YouTube, which is very good, gets me going. Did hurt my back a couple of days ago doing it, but hasn't stopped me being able to try, so keeping us fit while we're stuck in quarantine. We're on day 9 now. Not bored yet, quite pleased about that. We are quite lucky, we do have garden and stuff. I do appreciate that a lot of people probably haven't got these things. Right, so do a little circle there, that's the back leg, sort of like the hip area. So I kind of jumped the gun there, that should have been the knee. So I'll bring that bit more up to the knee. Doesn't matter if you get things wrong, you're just having a bit of fun. You can do a better job if you've got more time. Okay, so I've only got our shape together, and his tail kind of curves underneath, so I need to figure out where I want the tail to end. So I want it to end about there. So I'll bring this to this, like so. Give it a nice organic curve. As somebody said, there's no straight lines in nature. I'll try to eliminate those, and I want the rest of the tail to kind of end about here, and it's not going to be a point, so I'll do a little curve there, and I'll again link it up, try and remember that curve. Something I struggle with when I'm doing this in my art lessons, trying to get a nice curve. It's probably a technique that I'm missing there. Okay, so from here it looks like kind of goes like this, kind of curves around there like that. So I'll stop there, and then by bringing this part down, you kind of create like a sort of dragon tail thing where you can kind of do that. I can't quite see it, so I'm just making it up. So I've got this kind of shadowing part here, makes it look a little bit more 3D like. Okay, so where his hands are, I'm going to just imagine a twig. So there's his thumb, and just doing a line like that. And then another one. And link those up like that. Luckily I don't have to do a straight line, so my wobbly line does actually look like a twig. I'm quite chuffed with that too. Okay, the stick seems to disappear over there and then reappear a bit more down here, but it's a bit thicker by the time it gets down here. Okay. Obviously with a lot more time I could just go into a lot more detail, but right, on the back he seems to have these sort of dragon-like spikes. So I recommend going onto Google and getting a reference, and you can spend 5 minutes doing it, you could spend a whole day doing it. Tomorrow I'm going to change the theme, unless everyone's happy with this theme and they want to continue. But if I don't hear anything, I'm just going to change the theme to something else. Again, just let me know if there's anything that you want me to do. Right, so we got that. Right, also he's got these kind of like markings that kind of go like this, and some sort of little eardrum drum. There. So I'm putting that in the wrong place. Use my rubber. Put that. It's more parallel to his eye. Okay. And then he has like a sort of mottled look. So he has these kind of markings up here. And then he has this sort of white patch kind of going along here. It's a bit kind of diamond shape actually. Just pop those in. Okay, so this is for children as well. So if you think your kids are going to enjoy this, let them have a go as well. And same for adults. Just pick a reptile or the same reptile and just see which little results you come out with. Right, so that's the basic shape. So now I need to think about light and shadow. So in the case of this picture, we seem to have the light coming down from up here. So that means all the shadow is going to be underneath. Okay, so that just means that very lightly with your pen, I'm holding it quite lightly here. Okay, we're just going to do some little lines underneath our chameleon here, and sort of around the tail. So you've got to think the opposite side to where the light is will be where the shadow is. It's an easy way to sort of remember it. And like I said, I'm not going to spend a long time doing this because I appreciate it could be quite a long video. So trying to do this quick. I do tend to bog myself down with detail sometimes. Hopefully though this is visible on my phone. Right, here's a technique that I really enjoy. Okay, this here is a manuscript handwriting pen that I got from W.H. Smith's, and the idea of this is that you can sort of go over things and create shadows. So if I draw a line here, so here, then what you do is you go over it with your paintbrush, if you have one. You only need like a drop of water really, and then it will start doing it. It will start making the pen sort of leak all over the place. So I'm just doing the black line on the opposite side, whereabouts I've put the shadows really. I'm going to want it to go along my stick. And the effect is quite good, as my art teacher was saying, Rose. You get really good results for not really putting in that much effort. It makes your pictures look really nice and clever. Right, let's leave it there. Let's get my brush. Just a bit of water on that, and here we go. Okay, so we'll do it to the stick first, and there you are. As I said, I am keeping an eye on the time as well because the kids aren't getting PE at school, so I've got to go and do PE with them soon. I tried to film this yesterday, and it turned out that it wasn't actually filming. My mistake. I should have double checked it, but these things happen, don't But yeah, I just wanted to show you stuff that you could probably do at home. So it just bleeds so well. It's like having your own ink paints. But yeah, so if you do this, take a picture of it and stick it on the website. We can all have a look and comment. And if you do have any suggestions for the next theme, put it up there as well. We can all discuss it and keep ourselves busy, can't we? Keep our kids busy. You know, and then after this, you can also paint it. Okay, find a green. There's all the greens. Here's a nice green, looks similar. Splodge it out. It's a bit of acrylic. You can use watercolour, it might be better. Let's get this involved. As I said, just having a bit of fun. Trying to blend it all in. Like I said, I am rushing, but just kind of showing you that all this stuff is completely doable for anybody. Risky business using acrylics on watercolour paper, I think. Seem to be getting away with it. If you have any difference of opinion where you're watching it from. being too careful. Sometimes rough is better. Okay, and got a little bit of white. Okay, so just doing the markings. And like I said, he's got these sort of like diamond markings. There's a train going by. Live near a train line. They don't go on. They don't go across actually that often, to be fair. You usually get two at a time. It might have eased off a little bit actually. Considering how England is now shut down, unless you're a builder, in which case England isn't shut down for some reason. You can see why they can't also go home and stay safe. Crazy, crazy times. Right, there's a little bit of white going around his mouth. I'm going to try and capture that aspect to it. Right, so now I'm starting to think about the light coming in. So, just putting in the white up here. There we go. There's a more permanent pen, and then that's that. So shore up those lines. Okay, and that's that. Hope you like it. I'll see you again soon. Bye.
Wow.